YouTube. Oh,
Welcome to the Eat, Sleep, Chelsea Repeat podcast. We are live on YouTube for the first time, testing out our new videos. We run through a little preview for Cardiff City versus Chelsea in the League Cup quarter-finals. Enzo Maresca, as he proudly said in the presser today, heading for his third potential semi-final in the last 18 months. I'm here with my good friend Brady and my brother Chris. How are we doing?
Yeah,
all
good.
good.
Thinking about manager options in the summer after what's gone on in the last 24 hours, to be honest.
As we've come out to test our video today, it's not been the smoothest Enzo Maresca presser, but sometimes with Maresca's press, nothing really happens. He sort of just says nothing. We move on. Was barely even worth talking about. Today was not one of those occasions, as he failed to clear the air with the potential issues with sporting directors or whoever he's annoyed with above him. What do you make, Brady?
Might be the groundsman. Might just think the pitch is rubbish. I mean, you don't know. I mean, before we've spoken quite glowingly about the sporting directors. I'd say if it's at the sporting directors, it can be sort of managed. But if he's going above to the owners and the policy and transfer policy, I mean, that's a fight he just won't win. And we were speaking before the pod, maybe he just not had enough, but maybe he just feels like, well, a little bit like Poch before. He wanted it his own way or the highway, and I want to run my own camp and that sort of thing. So I have to wait and see. Maybe he's trying to mark his territory and kind of push the boundaries a bit.
Yeah, Chris, what do you think? Maresca in trouble?
I think he's in trouble now, but I would suggest that the people who are above him are having conversations about him, which is never a good place to be, I think, as a manager. I think he's unfortunately put himself in a position where his name is an agenda point in their meetings. So, yeah, look, I don't think he's in trouble at the moment, performance-wise. He needs to make sure that the next game is a win, because it's a huge game.
You're talking about Newcastle, I guess, as opposed to Cardiff.
No, the League Cup, because okay. I think getting to a final would be, of a cup competition would be a huge part of, it's a huge part of what people really bought into about Tuchel. There's a lot of people, still mention around Tuchel got us to continuous cup finals and stuff. So this is a really important match for him. And he needs to make sure that, with the squad that Chelsea have put a lot of money into, they should be competing. They should be able to compete in these sort of competitions more easily than other teams. So, yeah, this is a big moment for him, and not the best comment, but as I said, it might come back to bite him in the summer, not now.
Yeah. What do you think, Craig?
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously things like this happen with sporting directors and managers. I think he obviously felt aggrieved enough to mention it publicly that he didn't feel well supported, and I think Maresca's got a lot of leverage. He's obviously been very successful with 2 trophies last season. I think Jamie Carragher just came out and said, what fantastic job he thought he was doing this week, and that is a view that's shared publicly, I think, by a lot of media outlets, that Maresca's managed a very, very tough job very well. I think most of the fans quite like Maresca. I think it's a bit more split than it should be, really, but I think the fans, he's more popular with the fans than the sporting directors are. And I think lastly, I think the players really like Maresca for the most part. I think he's obviously got a great relationship with Cole Palmer, who's one of our best players, Moises Caicedo, Reece James. I think these are really influential players for us, that he has a really good relationship with them. It seems like Esteban really likes him as well. So I think he's got a lot of leverage. I think it's tricky little situation if it is something with the sporting directors. But maybe this is just his way of trying to force something through for January, or it's not quite as bad as he's left the door open for a lot of speculation and a lot of rubbish speculation that we see on X today. And I know we were chatting even before the pod started, lots of random things being thrown about that necessarily aren't true. So yeah, it'll be an interesting situation. We'll see how it plays out, but certainly I'm, as a fan, fully behind Enzo Maresca. I think he's done a really good job, and I'm excited to see what he can do for the rest of the season. Now Cole Palmer's back, Right, let's talk about the game because that's what Mariska kept saying in the presser. Let's talk about Cardiff. Let's talk about Cardiff. Let's actually talk about Cardiff. Um, like you say, Chris, it's a big game. I think it'll be a heavily rotated squad. Do you think we're going full rotation? I've got the tactics board out here. I've gone pretty strong, heavy rotation on the tactics board. We've got Sanchez in goal.
Sanchez, where's my pal Jorgensen
Yeah,
gone?
I think after the last game against Lincoln, where they kept lobbing balls into the box and Jorgensen was sort of panicking and diving around.
I would have to agree. I think Jorgensen's locked to start this game.
You think he
Yeah,
will?
I'd be surprised if he doesn't put I mean, Sanchez
I would
needs a
be
break as well.
extremely
I
surprised
think Jorgensen
if
could
he
be
didn't.
off in January. I actually think I'll be shocked if Jorgensen plays tomorrow because there's just no need for him to play. It's not like
He's a cup
Sanchez.
keeper.
Yeah, but it's not like Sanchez needs a rest. Like,
I think he does.
I mean, it's the pet model of you play your number 2 in the cup games. It's the classic. If Jorgensen will play the final,
yeah,
he'll play
maybe.
the lot.
no,
Right.
and that obviously didn't play
I don't
out.
think he would play the final, but
Yeah.
I think he definitely plays this one. Cardiff, League One. You got to be putting Jorgensen in for this.
That did not play out at the end of last season, right? With the cup goalkeepers, I don't believe. Let's go back and check.
Yeah, okay, they didn't play in the final. We played a semi-final, didn't they? The Conference League.
Yeah, we had a very weak semi-final opponent, right?
I don't remember.
Just generally through the competition was
We could be in the semi-final. I remember.
How
Mad
does
that.
Jagarden grow? No, it was
That was Jagarden, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. Was it? Was that your quarters?
that was the semis. Was Jagarden, yeah.
It wasn't Noah where
I
the
think
goals
I
came
think we
to.
won 4-1 away in in the first leg.
very, very impressive outfit.
So yeah, I wouldn't read too much into that. That Jorgensen, yeah, and obviously in the final, Betis, they're the first sort of decent team we came up against. He did still end up playing Jorgensen in the final. So
Shamrock Rovers, mate.
yeah, I don't know. From what
Dewsbury Hall.
what we're
how
hearing
about that?
from behind the scenes is that Jorgensen is potentially off in January. So
It sounds like you're 90% that Sanchez played and I'm 90% Jorgensen played. So
Yeah,
let's see what
well,
happens.
well-
I mean, I would be very surprised if Sanchez started this game.
we'll see. So back four, I've gone Gusto, Acheampong, Badiashile, Hato, which is relatively weak. Gusto's the one survivor in the whole team actually from the weekend. Garnacho played as well. I've gone Santos and Caicedo in midfield. I think that almost certainly will be the midfield.
Yeah.
And then I've gone Garnacho at right wing, Esteval at 10, Gittins at left wing, and Guiu up top.
Oh, you've gone that, have you? He
Um,
might play Neto. He might play Neto in this game.
Yeah, Neto though did play 90 midweek. Obviously,
I don't think he'll start Neto.
he
I'd
did
be
sub
surprised if
Pedro,
he started
so he could play.
He might
JP in the
play
ten as well.
Pedro again. He
Yeah.
might.
I think you need to look at the Atalanta team, right? That was the one before.
He
Before
doesn't
this one,
charge
midweek.
Marquinhos very much at all.
Let's get the
so-
Atalanta team up. So that was Sanchez, Cucurella. He won't play Cucurella, I'm pretty sure.
No.
That Hato will
Yeah.
play. Badiashile, Chalobah, Acheampong, Caicedo,
Yeah.
James. James won't play. Gittins, Enzo. I don't think Enzo will play either.
So I think the back. I think where you've got Gusto, I think he'll replicate the Achimpong, Chalobah.
Has Trev had a
Badiashile.
rest at all in any of these recent games? He's played. He did have 45 minutes against Atalanta. There's a
Yeah.
chance Trev plays, possibly, and then you could put Acheampong at right back.
It could be, maybe he does that.
Jimbo Gittins on the left.
The problem with it, obviously, not the problem. The really good thing about our squad is that a lot of the players can play a lot of different positions.
But by the way, it could absolutely be Gittins left wing, Esteval right wing, Guiu in the 9, and Mr. Bonanotte in the 10. By the way,
Yeah,
That
so
could be a
Buonanotte I've got on here as a potential replacement. I think if he doesn't play Garnacho, he might
I don't
play
think it's
Buonanotte.
it's like Garnacho on Saturday.
Well, we were talking about Garnacho potentially not starting on Saturday because of Newcastle's midfield and how they play. I think he might play James, Caicedo, and Enzo in the middle on Saturday and play Palmer at the sort of that right wing in the defensive structure, but play Gusto so he can push up and Palmer goes into 10. exactly the same as we set up against PSG, basically in the final, and how we set up against Arsenal. That seems to be the preference in the big
You
games.
still have another winger in that setup, wouldn't you? Or you play Neto left wing, you mean?
No, Neto left wing, yeah. And that works well against, similar to the reason that I think he played Neto on the left wing against Arsenal to track Timber. I think he'll play Neto there to track Livramento, who likes to get forward for Newcastle as well.
Let's see.
So I thought that, he wouldn't necessarily play Garnacho at the weekend, which is why I was trying to sort of fit him into this team. Also, Garnacho, I don't know, like for all the good stuff he's done so far in the Chelsea shown, like I've been relatively impressed with him. Newcastle away, it just doesn't strike me as the game that we need him in potentially, but we'll see.
I think he'll rest. I think he sees Gusto as an important player for being in the defensive areas and pushing
sure,
up. So I really don't think he'll play him in this game because he needs him at like 100%. He's like I think he's a huge part of the whole tactics, basically.
Well, there's one player that we haven't talked about that could play at centre back that hasn't been mentioned, and that is Tosin.
Tosin Adebo.
This could be a good level. This could be a good level for Tosin.
I think after the Leeds quotes where he said he regretted not playing Josh, I think Josh gets a start.
Yeah, so I think Josh is going to play right back, and then if he does do that and he rests Chalobah, obviously Tosin gets the start.
Yeah, it could be Tosin, Badiashile. I think Badiashile would definitely play.
Yeah, so I think the people we agree are definitely going to play Achampong either at right back or centre back. Badiashile,
Santos, right to me.
Santos, Caicedo. I think will almost definitely play, and he'll play 60 hopefully. Esteval will definitely play, and Gittins I think will definitely play. And Guiu, are we saying Guiu's definite?
No, definitely not, because he doesn't trust him. So
okay,
he could.
We got
he
six.
Could play on the line again.
I think he'll play Guiu. I think Sanchez is the only one that's for me is a contender in that to not play. I think the rest of them are pretty locked.
Yeah. Right, we've gone through the team. Let's have a few score predictions before we wrap up this little preview/test. Brady, what you saying? Cardiff away, League Cup quarter.
Look at their stats. They've won 5 on the bounce. League One, flying.
They're a good team, Cardiff. Yeah.
It's basically a championship team, isn't it? We're playing.
Yeah.
2-1 Chelsea.
2-1 Chelsea. 41 points.
I haven't got a great feeling about this game, about what's going on with the club and the mass rotation. It feels could buckle. We'll see though.
Callum Chambers at the back.
Oh.
That is the only player I know. Obviously, I think they said that Murray Kellerman couldn't play in this game, so we won't get to see him.
He played for them, didn't
he? Yeah, he's on loan there. Chris, prediction?
I think 3-1 Chelsea.
3-1 Chelsea. Okay, I'm going to go 2-0. I don't think Cardiff will be troubling us on the scoreboard.
I think I'll tell you what. My shout is Cardiff will score.
Okay.
Especially when we all.
I'll wait and see. Actually, if Tosin's playing.
I mean, it's actually very similar to Chelsea Leeds. Chelsea and Cardiff. I mean, it's a bit naughty traditionally. I don't need to go into details, but there might be a bit of a animosity in the past. They will be bang up for it, and I think they'll get a goal. They might score first, actually.
There you go. Cardiff to score first and not to win. Brady's backing it. He's putting his mortgage on it.
It's a good price. It's a good price.
Insert future sponsor.
All right, we will load up our first proper YouTube live stream podcast after the Newcastle game on Sunday morning and get that out for you guys. But until then, we hope you're carefree wherever you may be. Thanks very much, guys.
Cheers.
And thanks for listening.